Okay, guys, so straight to the point. Right now on planet Earth, there are forces that are manipulating humans. I spoke about this in my previous video, but by now we should be aware that mind control, global mind control, is currently being practiced on planet Earth. And there are forces that are using mind control to change humans into something that they're not. Okay, they're basically trying to create an existence for us, and they want us to live that existence, and that existence is a false existence, guys.
This might sound crazy, but as humans, we are not the superior race. Humans, Homo sapiens, we are not the superior race. We can learn the superior race, understand and harness their powers so we can also benefit those who are less superior, because we want to benefit those that we love, right? So this video is about phosphorus and about philosopher's stone. In both cases you can see pH twice, and in this video we're going to just talk about the connection mind, body and soul as a triangle, as a trifecta, coming from two triangles. Two triangles. This 32 means heart in Hebrew. 32, two triangles, ANAHATA. You can see it in the Hindu. In the Hebrew, it's 32. And also in the Hebrew version, there's Magen David. Magen, Gan, it's 53, where you produce iodine. It's 53 in the periodic table. And this is Gan, right? Like Gan Eden, like heaven. Have and when you really attain Kucheri Mudra, you understand that you need to have this, or else you'll be like a dog. But you want to be like a god, and to be welcomed in the kingdom of man and God. So the playing with opposite, it's really something that you do all the time in order to understand what are they pointing at, what are those geniuses that wrote the witchcraft on the lungs. This industry of the matrix is built on language. If you can witchcraft the lungs of human, then you can possess them. You can, as a human, you can possess some cows, but there are some entities that can possess humans, and they are controlling humans. Like, we are the farm, we're living in the farm, and we need to understand Merkaba story in order to understand the connection between mind, body, and soul. So there is this ANAHATA. Again, it's two triangles, and one triangle is the kidneys and the bladder. So you can really look at your hand and see, and to look at the triangle that is demonized, right? This triangle, you always see it in, we try to demonize this. This is so nice to do it. It's like you're closing a circle. So this is your bladder, and this is your two kidneys, okay? And you put it in the Manipura. This is one triangle. Second triangle is here. So according to Taoism, what is here and below, it is hell. In Hebrew, say Gehenom. The opposite of Gehenom, it is Munhag. Okay? So, wait, let me get my dog in. So, Gehenom, and you got Munhag. So when you're hugging the moon, you're like a lunatic. In Hebrew, Saharuri, someone that walks without any purpose. So you can be walking without any purpose, being a Munhag. But if you look at Gehenom, it's a state where you get the verdict for your actions. In this realm, you need to understand that the laboratory, it's your body, and if you want to labor heaven, You need to understand both heaven and hell, right? So Gehenom, it's here and below, according to Taoism. So it must mean that this is munhag, like your head when you're hugging the moon with its full moon, it's getting the water. It could be the bad water, right? So there's more like crimes when the moon is full. So this is munhag, like lead. Okay, so it means that Gehenom, the opposite of munhag, it is leading. So what is leading the world is not heaven, it's hell. Okay, this is the meimad. It's a dimension, the 3D dimension. It is led by hell. It is led by like those entities of Gehenom. You can call them seraphim or angels, the fallen angels, it doesn't matter. But what does matter is that they are leading matter. And we need to understand how to get the two triangles. One is this Manipura, and the other one it's the pineal gland and two salivary glands. So in order to really go deep into this gland, we need to show them love and affection. So we can take this triangle and combine it together to this Hanuman chakra, which is above the sun. So Hanuman is a super ape, super Homo sapiens. It can blood bend. He's bleeding out of his heart, and it's okay because he's worshipping something beyond his red blood. So what I suggest eventually in this video is that you, in order to activate this chakra, this wheel, which is the salvation glands in Hebrew gematry, Jesus, Yeshua, is the same gematry as the tongue. So in order to activate the tongue, you need to crucify, because Jesus is always, until when humans at Matai, like is not really satisfied with being around humans. So in order to activate Jesus, you need to crucify Jesus. So you need to crucify the tongue. So again, 30 in Hebrew gematry, it's Lamed, which is like El, right? This is God. In Hebrew, El is a God. If you look at this place here, is the gate of the snake in Chinese literature. Like if you put pressure here, then you are actually activating your large intestine, which is the place of breathing kloka. Like if you want to breathe before the next hibernation, like before the next WW, right? Before the next WW. You need to activate your kloka, so you will harness CO2 in a better way. Because again, in Hebrew, Jesus Christ is not only the tongue, but it's also CO2. So you need to crucify also CO2. You can do it by breathing like kloka, like a turtle, before hibernation. But before that, you need to activate the glands, so you will have your food coming from inside of you, because you can produce protein using your salvation glands. And that's what you need. You need those proteins. You don't need the protein coming from dead flesh or from the agricultural revolution, right? Adam and Eve in Hebrew it's Chava, which is a farm. So the Bible is also about how we change the snake using agricultural revolution, which is Eve, evolution or evil. In Hebrew, it's to be evil is to be stupid, like evil. Evil is stupid. So in order to get these two triangles, basically what we need to do is to go out of the frequencies of shame. Shame is lower than hell, according to Kabbalah. So if you want to first understand that shame is lower than hell, like there's shame, hell, heaven. So in order to get to the heaven state, you need first to go into the hell state. So this means to really understand your pH. So when you take your P, for this chakra, which is your sun, And your son was ridiculed, he was demonized. Your son, they used your son's blood, they killed your son for their sins, right? But he can reprocreate, he can come back to life. This is Jesus, he comes back to life. This is salvation. Your salvation come back to life. You just need to crucify. So you take this and you gargle this in the morning. You can create from one shot, you can create a whole beer of foam. And this foam, which comes back in the Bible in many different ways, it is alkaline. It's like 9 pH and more. It's like if you aged your urine, it could come to 11 pH. But you don't need to wait that long. You just need to work with your shame frequencies, because the less shame you have, the more you can control time. The more you can be a friend of time itself. Like if you have shame, then time doesn't go in your side. It's going against you. But if you're going out of the frequencies of shame, then the dimension of time doesn't play so much part in your life, and then it's easier to go deeper into the practices of elevating your pH, elevating your phosphorus and your philosopher's stone, whatever. So if you look at the pH, we're working with hydrogen. And you can say hydrogen in Hebrew, it's meiman, which is man min hashamayim, or you say manna. It's what the Israelites, they were like eating in the desert. So what I mean by this is hydrogen, it's the ladder or the bladder. It is the source of philosophy, okay? And those water are demonized, but in this day and age where you have fluoride in the water, you are pushed to the corner to seek for the good inside of you, seek for God, and you find it in the water. Once you find it in the water, once you find it in the laboratory inside of you, then it's more easy to get information from your own water. Your kidneys are working for you. And once you understand that the kidneys have intelligence, then you want to come towards them. Okay? So what I want to say eventually is that if you are gargling your yearning, if you're gargling your yearning, you will find that the source of prayer, the source of the pater, is inside the matter. Like you are the matter, you are the pater. You use the math to join the path. You use the pain to join the main, the yin. Yin, instead of yin in Hebrew, it's wine, yain. Yin is your wine. You want to make it more and more, you want to age it. And what is it that you want to age? It's the pater. It's the yearning inside of you. If you put now matter, or let's say human needs like food, then all this pater, all this yearning will go for the extermination of the poisons that were put inside the body. It could be also attachments to humans. It could be also attachment to foods, of course. It could be also attachment to women or to wealth or money. All of those could come on the price of your yearning. Okay? When you are manifesting your yearning, it's a bad sign. You need to stay in your yearning, to stay in the pater. That's the only way for ma'at, the only way for the matter, for the ultimate, which is ma'at. If you want your heart to be No, right now it's a fist. I don't want it to stay a fist all my life. I want it to be a feather. I want to be an educated father. I don't want to stay just another brother, you know. So this video is intended on using the pain to harvest the main. And the pain comes also when we gargle our yearning, because then we see, okay, I'm wrong. I need to do this and that. I need to change this. And my virtues are not allowing me to elevate my pH. Once you elevated your pH, and that's easy to come in 1 day, 2 days, 1 hour, 2 minutes, if you're in a frequency of love. The higher the frequency of love and emptiness, the higher the pH goes. And emptiness is a state of mind. Is it a state of mind, or is it like renunciation of the mind, like being reluctant to renounce? And yeah, it could make you let the serpent go a mile if you just smile. And so eventually, if you gargle and leave it in the body, and you let go of all the liquids and allow like you do this banda, right? Go this all the way down. Get all the liquid out, but leave the foam in your mouth after a few minutes of trying to make something out of this water. Then you will see that this foam, these bubbles, they are the one that's creating your ribonut, reborn, oath. Like if you want, oath is a letter in Hebrew. In English, it's something that you should do. So if you want to create your bone, your independency, ribonut is independency. So if you want to recreate your bones, reborn, then you need to understand that this foam is what's creating your bone. Maybe you don't want to create your bone, or maybe you want to study your bones. And the best way to study your bones is this foam.